Hello and welcome back to my channel. So I just want to start by saying a trigger warning, guys. The news I'm about to share with you is absolutely devastating and disgusting, and I'm just lost of words, to be completely honest with you. So in Jacksonville, Florida, there was a racially motivated hate crime, a shooting that left 2 black men and 1 black female unalived. The shooter was a white male in his early 20s that was still living with his parents. The scumbag, as DeSantis describes him, left his house, texted his father and told him to go through his computer. And on his computer, his father found several manifestos, one written to his parents that was filled with hate-filled ideology. By the time the parents read it, they called the sheriffs, but it was too late. Let's watch how people reacted to this news, starting with DeSantis, who couldn't even mention that the black people were unalived. Let's get into it.
Able to speak with Sheriff T.K. Waters in Jacksonville about the horrific shooting that took place. This shooting, based on the manifesto that they've discovered from the scumbag that did this, was racially motivated. He was targeting people based on their race. That is totally unacceptable. This guy killed himself rather than face the music and accept responsibility for his actions. And so he took the coward's way out. But we condemn what happened in the strongest possible terms. We've offered support for Sheriff Waters and the city of Jacksonville, and we send our condolences to the victims and their families who were the victims of a very cowardly act.
He is the scumbag that did this. Go back and watch that video so that you can understand the degree to which Ron DeSantis is sick, so that you can understand how sick this is. He targeted black people in his state. He put this target on their backs. His anti-blackness and racist policies effectively gaslit this man into doing what he did yesterday. By targeting black people, he told that young man that it was okay to go and kill black people. Everything Ron DeSantis is doing in the state of Florida is racially motivated. This is a page right out of Trump's handbook. Trump used to do the same thing, remember? To stand there like he had nothing to do with this is sick.
Though Ron DeSantis has condemned racially motivated shooting in Jacksonville, I still believe he's a part of the problem that created the climate that said that these people were exposable and disposable. Let's get into it. When we start talking about indoctrination or people being impressionable, we usually talk about it in terms of the classroom, children, CRT, or talking about the word gay. But we never usually think about it in terms of how white supremacists are able to put keys in people's back and turn them on to create acts like this. I would argue that Ron DeSantis creates a political climate that makes it rational for individuals to create these types of acts. Then reports show that he was trying to go to a historically black university before he was turned away, and he just went to a random dollar store or something like that. In Florida, they've created legislation to outlaw white discomfort while at the same time being able to not account for this climate they've created. When the NAACP issued their travel advisory to Florida, we understood that it was political, social, and economic reasons for why we shouldn't go. Sadly, in America, school is just started, and we know when schools just start, we know we got to worry about, right? He tried to go to a HBCU first. Ron DeSantis was right on one instance, this was a cowardly act, but on the other instance, he'd be the one to be putting these batteries in these cowards' backs.
I don't know what the news looks like for y'all around the world, but I live in Jacksonville, Florida. It was a mass shooting today. I don't know the definition of a mass shooting. I think it's anything above like 2 people getting shot. It's weird because we used to have a place called The Landing. 5 years ago to the day, there was a mass shooting. I was out at Freshfield Farms with the wife and kids today, was getting ice cream, shopping, doing all this other stuff. And I first heard about it, my wife was like, somebody's shooting, they got SWAT held up in the house, like this is crazy. My brother hit me up like, hey, this started at EWC, you at the house? Man, staying in the house, these folk crazy. You know, like if you live here, everybody was texting everybody. Here's why I'm a 2A advocate. You understand what I'm saying to you? I'll never be a hero. Like I have no interest in saving the day. But like I was out with my family today. If something like that happened, I could protect them. I could be their hero. I'm never jumping in front of bullets for strangers. Leave that for the police. Leave that for the real heroes. I am not a hero. But I feel like especially here in Florida, you're not a felon, you don't have any reason not to carry one, you need to be carrying one. Just on the off chance. The chances are you'll never have to use it. But like, if the chances get you, you need to have you. at the end of the day. Like, honestly, if I was in a store and I heard there was an active shooter at the front, I would go hide in the back with my family, ready to defend them. I wouldn't be trying to get up there and stop shooting. No. Everybody, y'all on y'all own. Me and my family straight back here. There's crazies out here, bro. And they don't care about gun laws. Even if they're not supposed to have one, they're gonna have one. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people who think, oh, stricter gun laws are gonna stop bad guys from getting guns. Like, if somebody will go shoot random strangers, what make you think that they won't go illegally get a gun? That's the easiest illegal part for them. I would assume that killing somebody is a lot harder than just going to get a...
This is a tragic moment. My heart is heavy, and I'm just tired seeing all the shootings. You know, we have 4 districts into one, and as a community, the mayor and I was just together on this past Thursday, and we want a solution. Our sheriff is doing the best that he can, but as an alignment and resources to the community, we got to keep working together. This right here today was a tragedy, and I understand. I think the young man who was doing the shooting, I think he has been killed, but the people in this community, they're hurting. And they have every right to. You know, this makes no sense. I am very, very angry right now. I'm emotional. You know, we got kids in this community seeing all of this, and this is unnecessary. You know, it's unjust that we can't even walk on the sidewalks. We're not safe in any stores, and I'm looking for opportunity. This community needs to come together.
So about 30 minutes ago, a white man went into a black neighborhood and took the lives of black people because they existed while black. No, seriously, he said in his manifesto that he despised black people so much that he just had to take their lives. He had to go into their space. They weren't even in his space. They didn't harm his family. They didn't harm people he knew. They didn't go to his neighborhood. He went into their space and took their lives because they simply existed. Like, do you know what kind of level of hatred you got to have for somebody who exists in a skin color they never chose? Something they really just can't help. You literally got mad on a Saturday afternoon and took the lives of people because they existed in a skin color that you just couldn't stand. And people like to pretend like anti-blackness doesn't exist. Like, we just make up racism. It's in the microaggressions that then turn into policies pushed by politicians who pass these policies, like permitless carry in Florida, who like to warp the idea of black existence, black culture, and black history, making us targets, and then put out statements that are utter bullshit when things like this happen, removing themselves completely from the narrative that they pushed about black existence. Part of this is due to Ron DeSantis' actions. I would say I'm surprised, but if you look at everything that Ron DeSantis has been doing in Florida, this was only a matter of time. And as somebody who lives in Texas, I can guarantee you the same narrative that Greg Abbott is pushing, it will only be a matter of time. Because many people in this country do not like black people for their very existence. Like, we dare to exist. And some of them feel like we should not.
This is so despicable. There is so many words that I want to say, but I cannot say them on this app. All I can say is that this coward turned the pew-pew on himself, unalived himself. This was planned, very deliberate. He did this on the 5th anniversary of a shooting that took place that left 3 people unalived, including the gunman. And some of the written statements that the authorities found, the man alluded to this 2018 shooting that took place. This also took place at the same time as the 60th anniversary of the March on Washington. My heart is broken, especially for the families and for the loved ones of the victims in this tragic event. It's so annoying knowing that there are still people in this world who still think or act like racism towards black people isn't a problem. This is another white hate-filled crime towards black people. You guys, let me know what you think about this video in the comment section below, and I'll definitely see you in my next video. Peace.